Looks like we're live. Awesome. So I am Jen Jones with Jones Jones Realty, and I'm excited for our In Transition series to continue. And today we have Danyel Darger and Darger, and she
Darger, you're
is
right.
the and she and she is the director of sales and marketing over at Overlook in Charlton, Massachusetts. So Danyel, thank you for joining us, and let's dig into Overlook, what it has to offer, and why would someone want to entertain moving to a retirement community like Overlook?
So our community is a community that's a full continuum. So anyone that is starting to get sick of home maintenance, they're sick of shoveling snow, mowing, maybe they find themselves, they're losing friends and their social life has maybe not been as robust as it used to be. The Overlook is a full continuum. So we have independent living, all the way through skilled nursing to hospice to palliative care, all on campus. Today, obviously, we're going to talk about independent living. And it's a great choice for those that are ready for the next chapter of their lives. They can come to the Overlook. We have 218 apartments and cottage style homes in our independent living community. Those apartments range from studio apartments that are 550 square feet up to 2,000 square feet in our largest apartments, our cottage homes. When we have new folks move in, they have an abundance of amenities. They can be as social or not as social as they want to be. We have 2 restaurants on campus. We have a full service fitness center with a saltwater heated pool, lots of activities and fitness classes from Tai Chi to Pilates to swim classes, and they can use the gym whenever whenever they're wanting to do that. We have a hair salon. We have a library. We also have over 50 resident-run groups, from walking groups to cross-country skiing to a brew crew. We have about 40 residents that brew their own beer. They take it from the very beginning to drinking the product at the end of the day. So lots of different options when you come to the Overlook. I think the biggest reason most people come to the Overlook is they have a plan in place. They know that as they're aging, most folks are going to need some kind of support or care as they age. And it's one-stop shopping. Everything is here.
Yeah, and I just, good food.
Absolutely great food. We have a couple different chefs on campus. We have our own baker who makes all of the homemade cookies and cupcakes. A lot of folks, though, when they come to us, they say, I want to get healthy. I want to do this. And, we do have vegetarian options, and we have options that we can help people that have dietary restrictions. But we also have the good old, home favorites as well. So.
No, I think that's amazing. And I had some clients move there about a year ago, and I just love, going to visit and seeing them so active, playing pool, meeting new friends. And so I think that, you really touched on a point where it's like, maybe you do feel a little bit more isolated. Maybe you have lost some of your friends and the community that you used to have, and now it's time for that next step. Can you dive a little bit deeper into this plan that you're talking about? So when we're thinking about, as we get older, having a plan in place as to, okay, here's the moment in time when I'm going to consider moving from my home that I have, whether it's condo or single family home, whatever it is, moving from there into a retirement community. What's that plan look like?
Well, we hear from a lot of our new residents that they don't want their children making their healthcare decisions. They don't want their children being responsible or having to take care of them. They want their children to live their lives and always be their children. They don't want their children to be their caretakers. And what's nice is we have a lot of families that come through, and, typically the prospect will come in and tour with us and meet some different residents that have moved in. But then when they're kind of going through the decision-making process, they like to bring in their adult child. And we do a lot of touring with adult children. So the children can see what the benefits are of moving to the Overlook. And what's nice about it is we have our own post-acute. So life gets in the way, you trip, you know, break an ankle, or you break a hip, or something happens. You can come right back to our post-acute, do your rehab, and then go back to your apartment. And it's really great for couples, because if there's a couple and one of them, you know, has an incident and needs some extra support for a little bit, they can visit them. They never have to worry about the weather. They don't have to put a coat on or get in their car. They can just walk over to the other levels of care to visit their loved one, which is great. Plus friends.
Yeah. Support, right? Your
The
support.
support is great. And you know, people can go and visit and come back and forth. If you forgot something in your apartment, somebody can grab it for you. You get your mail. It's nice, but it is having a plan in place. And our residents have priority access to those
Mhm.
higher levels of care. So if one of our residents needs something, maybe it's time to go to our Fieldstone Memory Care neighborhood, or maybe it's time to go to skilled nursing. They have priority access over anyone on the outside because they have been a resident here. So it's having a plan in place and knowing that you can age gracefully here on campus. And we're all about wellness and those, you know, different dimensions of wellness. That's different for everybody. If it's spiritual or fitness or, you know, camaraderie with friends. I mean, that wellness wheel is a pretty broad wheel, but we try to cover all of that.
No, I love that. And, I don't want to harp on the continuum of care, but basically, I hear of just people who, are younger and they have to travel an hour and a half to go see their loved one because that was the only spot that someone had a rehab bed for. And
Hmm.
so, I think that's a huge, point to make, is that you're here, but if something does happen, you're not having to leave the property. You're here for the duration, which gives people a lot of peace of mind,
Right.
to be
It
able to
absolutely
do that.
It absolutely does. And we have doctors on site that, you know, there are PCPs in the independent living that if you were needing some higher levels of care for a short time, they can follow you over there and come back. So lots of peace of mind. And I will tell you, boomers are aging in. There's a lot of baby boomers. And so we're seeing a higher demand for retirement communities. And a lot of our competitors, and you know, I know there is a community up in New Hampshire that has a 7-year wait list. So if someone is considering this type of move, we have a wait list right now, and our wait list is about 25 people deep. But those folks are waiting for specific apartments or cottages. We do have some inventory in our 1 bedrooms. But it is, you know, it's not something as easy, just like you. I think the real estate market right now
Right.
has very low inventory. And so there's not a lot on the market. So with us right now, we do have some availability, but if it's something that someone's considering, they should definitely come and take a tour, take a look. If this is something they're going to consider, you know, they can be put on the wait list and called. So.
No, that's great. And so, yeah, let's get into that. So what is the process? Maybe someone's watching this, maybe they see your ad in the local newspaper, whatever it is, and they're finally like, this is my next step. And I want to explore the options, both financially and socially, etc.
Mhm.
Health wise. Just what does that look like? Does someone, I went on your website and there is a click, book a tour, or can they just give you a call and book a tour? And what does that tour entail?
We will structure it any way anybody wants to come in. So we have a lot of folks that like to go on the website. They'll tour the website and then they'll say, yes, I think I'm ready for some information, and we can mail them a packet of information. Always, we love to tour. We love to show off our community. We are here Monday through Friday. We encourage people to walk in. Just
Mm.
come right into independent living, ask our concierge for a tour, and we'll show you as much or as little as you want to see. We are here on the weekends and after hours by appointment. So if somebody might be traveling in for the holidays or just for a short weekend, we can definitely make appointments for one-on-one tours. We love to show off the entire continuum, but some folks just want to see certain things. Some people don't want the fitness center, so we don't show them the fitness center. We are pet friendly, so for those people that have dogs and cats or a bird, that is totally acceptable. We have a dog park that's outside. There's a dog group that they all walk dogs together, and they meet outside at 3 o'clock, and they might have a cocktail and have the dog park. So lots of options for that. But as far as coming in, There's 3 of us that are here in the sales office, and we'll sit down and go through. This is not your typical real estate transaction. You're
Right.
not going to own, you're not going to convey title or deed. It's a real estate transaction in the fact that they'll be selling their home, they're currently living in. But then coming here, there is an entrance deposit for their space and a monthly service fee. And the monthly service fee takes care of everything, their meals, all of the, we have a director of life enrichment that has a calendar. There's a lot of different educational seminars, entertainment, different things every day that are going on that are included. We take trips. We have our own transportation. We go out to Mohegan Sun. We go to the Hanover Theater. They're going to Plymouth Plantation on Thursday. So all of those things are included along with the fitness center. And then, everything that goes along in your independent living apartment or cottage. Full-size appliances, we maintain all of those, heat, air conditioning, housekeeping's included. So
So
it is
no maintenance, which is,
zero
kind of
maintenance. And if you
the
have an
selling
issue,
point.
yes, it's a big selling point. If you have an issue with your dishwasher and you're going out for the day, you call maintenance, put a work order in, they'll come and fix it. If we can't fix it, we replace it. And the best thing is you don't see a bill for that, which is
Right.
nice.
Right.
So again, you can come in and tour. You can give us a call if you want a specific time and you want to make sure that we're available. Otherwise, we'll make time for you to walk in.
I love that. Perfect. And so, the next step really is, if you are seriously considering moving into a retirement community, moving to Overlook, which, I'm ready to move into Overlook
Me
after
too.
looking at the calendar of events, and I'm not a super social person, but I'm
Right.
just like, whatever you're interested in, there's something for you, which I thought was pretty amazing. And
Yep.
so, someone who owns their home needs to be able to, sell it and probably use the proceeds from that. Maybe they have retirement, maybe they have other things, but people typically sell their home in order to make that move to Overlook. And so
Yes.
as we move through the process, even if someone's thinking about it, they've set up a tour, they sort of know what they're looking at, and they're definitely like, yes, this is something I want to explore more, but I have no idea how much my home is worth. And Zillow, well, it's
Right.
a 50-50 shot, flip a coin.
Right. Exactly.
So getting someone who knows the market, who can come in there and give you an honest valuation of your home, so then how much money you have to take to put into the Overlook. And I think that's where I come in as a realtor to help
100%.
them
Yes.
through that process. And so, anything else that you want to add to that, maybe experience that you've had with people, and then I can share a little bit about, someone that I worked with.
So we love for our prospects to be working with a very knowledgeable real estate agent or realtor to go out, because just like you said, everyone sells their house and gets excited. The market's changing, we know, weekly. I mean, it's been, crazy. So what we pride ourselves on this side is we like to encourage people to get, a good estimate on what their house will sell for, and then have a good estimate on how long it will take them to sell.
Mm.
And then what happens on our side is we can defer that payment until you close and you get the proceeds from your home. Because like you said, most people like to just take the proceeds from their home. They have a lot of equity. A lot of our folks have been in their homes for a long time. They've taken great care of their homes, and it's a very desirable home. So they like to use those proceeds, which we are totally flexible with. We like to have good relationships with realtors, so we have some accurate information, because everyone loves their home and thinks their home is
Right.
the best.
Right.
So we like to have really good information, and then we'll work with that realtor and that prospect to make the transition as smooth and as easy and as stress-free as possible.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, it's just, working with my clients who moved in, I think last summer, fall, something like that. It was one of those things where the first buyer fell through and now we got to put it back on the market. And it was really great working with you guys. And it was a peace of mind. I'm going to use it again for my clients too, that they weren't, setting themselves back 60 days to make the move into
right.
Overlook because something happened with the buyers. And we did end up closing. They moved in and everything is
Everything
great,
worked out great and they're happy. So
right? But
yes.
it did take, an experienced, realtor, and just being able to have conversations and open communication with you guys, with the sellers, so that we were all one team for the common goal of, of the clients, which was really
Yep.
exciting for me, and you also. And like I said, just being able to see them in a different environment thriving just
Mhm.
is, it's just really amazing to see.
It is, and I like that you said it is a team approach. We're all on the same team. We all have the same common goal, to be able to get their house sold for a great price, be able to have peace of mind that moving in here, we're going to have their apartment or cottage ready for them, and then
Right.
they can take the proceeds from the closing. So I do think it's a team approach, and we pride ourselves in making it as seamless as possible.
Right. Yep. And, with everything that we have going on, I do have another client who is working towards moving into Overlook, which is super exciting. And what's really great is we have this group of resources, besides us as a team, we do have, movers that will help. They go
Hmm.
through, like, if you have, an estate sale, if you have things that are worth they go through all of that stuff for you and are able to help you through the entire process. So that's been a great opportunity just to continue and expand the team,
Hmm.
of people to help, because people are older. They don't want to be getting a moving truck and moving stuff, or try to
No,
sell stuff on
no,
marketplace, or find an
right.
appraiser, or do all this stuff. They really want it as seamless and stress free, as possible.
Yep. Well, and I think we see with a lot of families too, most adult children don't want mom and dad's furniture anymore. They have their own stuff. And so, just like you said, we have another team of resources with move managers that we have used that have made the process so much less overwhelming, because moving's overwhelming. I don't
Right.
like moving, and I know that somebody that's been in their home for 40 or 50 years doesn't want to take on that task. So we do have resources to make the move a lot less overwhelming.
Perfect. Well, I mean, I think we touched on everything. If you're interested in taking a look at Overlook, give Danielle a call, give Overlook a call, stop by. I think that's amazing, because sometimes you just don't know your schedule. You're coming home from a doctor's appointment, you swing in, it just seems really
Absolutely.
easy to do.
And I love that you say that. We love people to just stop by, and we love to show them around. So thank you for that. I appreciate it. And
Perfect. Yeah, and then of course, if you need a realtor to come take a look at your home, no obligation. I say pressure free. I'm not bringing my listing paperwork with me. It's all about relationships and building relationships. So it's a matter of helping you to your next level, which could be Overlook, and and the social calendar. I'm like, between the social calendar and the food, how old do you have to be to move
I know we are 55 and over. So
in?
you only have to be 55 to come. And yes, you will eat well, you can work out well, you can
Oh.
socialize. It's all here.
And
So
bring your pet, which I didn't realize.
yep,
So
we are
thank you
pet friendly.
for saying that, because I didn't realize that. So Danielle, thank you so much. I'll pop in the contact information for Overlook in the Facebook, unless you want to do that, that's fine. Also, I'll put in the website so people can hop over there. And yeah, if
Perfect.
you're interested, give Danielle or her team a call or stop by. And if you're interested in knowing, how much your house is worth, so you know what your net proceeds are to make your next move, give me a call. So thank you so much, Danielle.
Thanks, Jen. This has been great.